400 agents plus.
Yeah.
At EXP.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, man. Like, that's awesome,
man. And go anywhere for you, bro.
Appreciate it. Look, like a couple of things that I want to touch on.
Sure, your mics are working this time?
I know, man. I know. Like, you have no idea what kind of it. So I got here. Rick Dillon, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Are you Rick Dillon?
Yes, I am.
Of course you are, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so
what is this thing here?
this thing, that's for extra recording.
Oh, okay.
That's like the backup. But I just want to talk to you about, like, it's small talk first, okay?
Yes.
And then the introduction.
Yeah.
Order a coffee, and then we're gonna get into the whole, like the EXP model.
Whatever you want, man.
Yeah, how, right?
Well, why?
So yeah, so pretty much. So basically, remember what I said, the small talk in the introduction? Yeah, because the camera is rolling. That was introduction.
Okay, there you go.
Rick, welcome to the channel, man. How you doing?
This guy's catching me off guard with my pants down.
Not bad. So there's a reason, definitely, right? Like, so I brought you here into public space.
Yeah.
Right? And you're still comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? So there's all that B-roll happening at the back. You don't know the people, you don't know anybody, but you're an incredible place.
Yeah.
Royal Meats is a great restaurant, and coffee is amazing. You know what I mean?
It is, man.
But having said that, 400 agents plus.
Yeah.
At EXP.
Yeah.
And everybody else is complaining, right? The model doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It does work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just to get right into it, we like to blame a model. We like to always blame outside circumstances. It's not the model that doesn't work. The person who's complaining doesn't work.
Right.
Not to be harsh, but that's just the reality. And those are the really kind of self-talk and things that I had to give myself in order to reach anything. Look, the model is a model.
Right.
Your body is your body. Your relationships, your relationships. Your contribution is your contribution, right? But if you don't like where any of those things are right now in your life, then something has to change. And us as people will always try to blame the other person instead of looking in the mirror, right? So when people say EXP doesn't work, it was the same thing that people said to me when I was running a kick-ass team. Hey, these leads suck. No, you suck.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I just wanted to get into that. I mean, like, you were also, and you are still, right?
Yeah.
Like a high-valued producer, realtor, agent, team, and all of that stuff. You were around the block for a long time and whatnot.
Yeah.
But having said that, I mean, like, look, what changed that for you? I know what happened to me when I saw the model, but what happened to you? I mean, the model was there.
Look, man, it's just the biggest thing that I was working against was time.
Right.
I would sell a whole bunch of houses. I'm still doing my share. But the issue was, so I went from solo agent to start a team, thinking the team would buy my time back. The only reason that you start a team is to get your time back. Absolutely. But my time actually went from selling houses, that's something I actually like to do, to babysitting, training, recruiting, being the rainmaker, make sure all the business was flowing, making sure that all the admin was doing their job, making sure all the marketing was doing the job, and I was handing out leads to the agents at a 50-50 split.
Feeding up.
When I looked at my numbers, my gross profit at best was 20%. So if I make $1 million, I'm making 200,000.
Right.
That's if you're out of production, right?
Absolutely.
A good team leader needs to be out of production. So as a solo agent, I thought I would buy my time back because, bro, I would be at my mother's house, man, on like Christmas,
right? I can resonate.
Thank God, and I'd be on the phone too. I have two phones, right? On the phone, closing a deal, doing this, doing that. And my mom looked at me one day, bro. She's like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Son, you're never here."
Yeah.
I understand you're making all this money, but you're not here.
Physically or mentally, you're not here. That's a problem.
Because my mind's thinking of the deal. My body's there, but my mind's not there.
Yeah.
I'll be watching TV shows and my mind's somewhere else about Agent X or this.
Zoning out, yeah. 100%.
So getting back to your question about EXP, what attracted to me to it, was the fact that I could put in and make residual income that will grow without me. More importantly, I can impact more people. I can do this with you. I can help you in your business. I can help your agents in their business. I can give them systems and tools to succeed. The same thing that I did. Because everyone holds on to these like secret.
Yeah, a secret. Let it go, man. Come on, let it go.
Let it go. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like...
So how long did it take? I mean, like from the process when you saw the model, I know how long it took for me.
Yeah.
But when somebody pitched it or explained it, or when you saw it, was it like a 6-month kind of thing, 6 years kind of thing, or
yeah,
what happened?
Question. For me, it's not about the what, it's about the who. So somebody was trying to explain this model to me in 2019.
Same.
I didn't even pay attention to that person. I should have.
Yeah.
But everything happens for a reason. Yeah, they sent me these videos to watch. They would call me. I thought they were annoying. 2020, I met the person, my guide, and I like the way he spit stuff, you know? I like the way he was talking. He was my dude. And I was like, okay, I'll listen to this guy.
Right.
I'll listen to it. I gave it some of my time. I hopped on a Zoom. So to answer your question, it took me a year to do my research. But after I did my research, I made my decision within 2 weeks. It's done. I signed up. Team was over. I'm in.
Yeah, so, and well, you including all of us that are kind of like in this kind of pack and stuff like that, like the model works, and all of us see that benefit. You know what I mean? Like we're growing. Like, what are the chances? Like that's the difference. What are the chances for me to be in a traditional brokerage to do some of these things? Yes, I can do it because like if I'm a boy with somebody, or like we're very tight on the hallway in a traditional brokerage, but I find like everybody's like a wolf, and we're still salesmen, we're still doing what we got to do, but to get that networking to such an exponential speed and connections, like I've never seen it anywhere else.
That's simply because
It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's simply because collaboration only can happen in the right environment, in the right model. We can't collaborate at Remax, Keller Williams, or Century 21.
Right.
I love those companies, of course, right? Like they're like the
Well, they made certain things, of course.
they're the forefathers of EXP, right? Glenn will say it himself. EXP was created on the backs of all those companies.
Sure.
But we're not affiliated and we're not incentivizing each other's business, so the model's broken.
Exactly.
Bro, like why would I pass you the ball if we're not even on the same team?
Exactly.
So at EXP, people that understand the model at a high level, we're on the same team.
We're
So I'm gonna
passing the ball all the time.
Yeah, I'll pass you the rock, bro. Go
Let's go, yeah.
I'll go rebound, right? But if I'm at another traditional broker, why would I pass you the rock? I'm not gonna say, here's my list.
Yeah.
No, what do I get out of it?
Exactly.
So in a team environment, let's say, you know, that sports analogy, I'm passing you the rock because I want to win a chip. I want to win championships. Traditional brokerages, we're not working together on a common goal. At EXP, you are. So for those of the people that really want to understand this model on a high level and win championships, I suggest them give you a call, man.
100%. So remember the time we go way back where we're sitting like on cardboard boxes, and I'm not saying that like I'm just throwing that analogy from
Go back to it, man.
You know,
let's hear it.
Yeah,
I remember those times.
Yeah, so
COVID.
yeah, COVID, everything like shutdown and stuff like that, like you know, the office and
During COVID, man.
yeah, during COVID, like you
I
know,
didn't even see people. I couldn't even shake their hands.
Exactly.
Like, EXP, what is this thing?
Yeah.
Like, I can't even show you, bro. Thank God for Zoom.
exactly, it was nuts. But I'm saying that's like if there's a will, there's a way with the good system.
Yeah.
Like I think if there's a will and there's a way, and if you're doing it wrong, or if the system is not good, you're not gonna succeed. But despite all of that, you know, all of us, including you on top, obviously, like having like more muscle than most of us, even visually, like, you know what I mean?
Don't make me die, bro.
Exactly, but you know what I mean? Like, and it's just interesting.
Talking about that, the muscle, the business, I want it all, man. And I'm saying that as I used to keep that inside of me. This statement, I want it all. Because I thought it was shameful to admit that, or even cocky. I'm actually affirming this to the world, man. Because the more I affirm it to the world, the more I affirm it to the universe, the better I get at it. Yes, I want to be healthy. I want to have love in my life through my friends, my family, people, my spouse, my children. I want to be friggin' healthy.
You want to be on all the time. That's the
You
want to be on, man.
Here's the most important part. This is the next chapter of my life.
Right.
I want to make an impact and I want to serve others. I want to help. So if I had to go back and tell my younger self advice, and younger self never understands it, right? But the reality is if you just come from a place of contribution, if you just come from a place of service,
Sincerity and stuff like that.
no, if you just come from a place of wanting to help, you'll make more money than you can count.
I
We
believe
don't
in that,
see it
though.
that way.
We don't.
No, took me a while.
Listen, when you're in a particular environment where everything is like dog eat dog and like, you know what I mean? It's fine. Like, I get it. It's business. The world is still revolving and all of that stuff. But to your point, and it's very a difficult question or a statement that I'm just going to say.
Yeah.
Because that mindset can only change if you look at it eye to eye. Like, if you directly look into that, like, what is it you want? And there's also a shift. If you speak to somebody and you just say, so what do you want? I don't know, man. Like nobody knows what they want. And they live a unique life. One. Like, you're gonna be the one forever in this universe at this moment, at this time. This is only gonna happen once.
Yeah.
But having said that, what if somebody said to this person right here, you will die in 7 days? How would your life change? What is the mindset there?
The reality is you are going to die. The reality is, I don't know if you have 7 days, 70 years, or 70 years.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, no, like it's already done.
It's done.
It is what it is.
So why not?
Why do you have to wait for somebody to tell you? Because here's what I'm getting at. We all have fears. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of success, fear of I'm not enough, imposter syndrome. When your biggest fear becomes the fear of regret, that's when your life changes. So to your point, yeah, you will, like Alice was saying, there is going to come a day where you pass away. Do you want to have those regrets on your deathbed? That's honestly why, that's so interesting that you brought that up, because that is my biggest fear. I have other fears. Bro, who wants to public speak? Who wants to box in front of all these people and get almost knocked out?
Or humiliated or not, like, you're taking a chance every
Want to
time,
ask
right?
agents, come join this, or even ask clients, come sell with me, or do this or do that. Cold call, door knock. Who wants to do that? Nobody's. But if your fear of regret is just a little bit bigger than your fear of failure, you're gold.
You're in, man.
You're gold.
You're in. So I asked you to ask me a question that I don't know about. And then you have any questions for me?
God, but where do you want me to go in this?
One question, man. We spoke on the phone. I said, listen, you have a question?
I don't even remember that. I'll ask you a question. What do you want, bro? You want to make it business, health, wealth?
Bro, you
want me to ask you about your physical? How much you bench?
bench?
Yeah.
So in my best day, I did 200. My best day.
That's
yeah,
awesome for a guy like you.
Yeah, I was always like 100.
Tell me about your athletic background, because I know you play you play soccer?
So played a little bit of soccer. Actually, this owner here, he's a big soccer. Like, he used to train soccer, stuff like that. Like, he used to play with the owner. He was big back in the day. Like, obviously he went into another places and whatnot. I did play soccer a little bit. Athletically, I'm very good at table tennis. Right?
Oh, that's a hard sport.
It's a hard, like, people don't realize that.
Anybody that does good at anything, because everything takes skill.
I did box a little bit.
Yeah.
And my coach trainer at the time, like, he was probably twice as your size.
Yeah.
And
well, the reason why I asked that is not because I want to. Here's my real question, then. And then I started it with that question. How did that help you in your business and in your life?
I think it's just like when you're in a zone, you can see or you can feel when somebody's in a zone, and you know they're up to something. Whether that's
You told me that before.
whether that's in sports, whether that's in business. Like if you see someone and they're just around the cooler, they're just chit chatting, or you see someone that's focused in front of the computer, gotta go. Like there's no time. Like this, you feel that this guy's
How many people in your life are in a zone?
right? Not many, but the ones that are, I very respect them. I respect. Well, like it doesn't have to be business. Could be sports. Could be education. Could be whatever it is. But there are some people that are stepping on and they're becoming in that zone. So the sports help me. Like it's focus. Like it's fear of losing. You prepare yourself for a long time, and then you go there. Whether it's like hitting a small ball, right, or punching, it's focusing to get the right momentum. Like, come on, man! Like it's fearful. Like you step in, you open yourself up. So what's the next? You're gonna get hit in the face. That's the next step.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna avoid that? How are you gonna be faster? So like when people are looking at boxing or sports, they're just looking at the like, oh, these guys are just out there to kill themselves. But there's so much more involved when it comes to strategy and tactics and fear and motivation. What's your motivation, bro? Like we're stepping into the ring, right?
I like what you said about the zone, man. Thank you. And I see, I could tell when a dude or a lady's in a zone,
But when they're not,
sexy, bro.
yeah, man.
Sexy. I know homo, but the guys that are in a zone,
Yeah.
sexy. Women that are in a zone is sexy. Yo, I see simple things at the gym. I can see when someone's at a zone and it's sexy. In business, when somebody's in the zone, it's sexy. Bro,
They're ready, man.
you seeing it, man. We work at the same office
Yeah.
for a couple of years.
Yeah.
You can tell who's in the zone and who's not. And I see and I watch. I just don't say anything. So, talking about passing the ball, if I don't see that you're in the zone and you don't putting in even half the work ethic that I am, I'm not passing you the ball.
Yeah, of course.
Right? But I will help you get there if you want to. So,
But if you see the strategic play, you'll pass on the ball.
no,
But no, if you see somebody's in the zone and they're ready for it,
different.
you'll pass the ball.
Because you have to, first thing is, you got to tie up your shoelace, you got to walk to the court. Right? That's first step.
Sure.
If I don't see you in the court, how the am I going to pass you the ball?
Exactly.
You're not even there.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like you have a body, you're not there. So you're not in the game.
Yeah.
So the second step is, okay, let's watch you a little bit. Now you made it to the court, let's watch you a little bit. I don't care how good you are. I care how much you show up.
It's true.
I'd rather take someone that has no skill but has a work ethic any day.
Yeah.
So now take like back to the office, when somebody's there, they're on time, they're doing things. I don't care what they're doing, whether in our world,
Sure.
either you're attracting agents or you're selling properties.
Or you're doing something to contribute to yourself or us.
It's in the real estate umbrella, right?
Yes.
If you're doing something at a high level, I respect you. If you're wasting time, and I call it pretend working, I love you. Yeah, but I don't respect you. So, and talking about like, if you want to conquer the world, man, you surround yourself with 3, 4, 5, 2 people that are just like you, and in this conversation we're calling it a zone, you could conquer the world. But you can have 30 people that are 3,000 people, and if you're the only one in the zone and those other 2,999 are just bodies, you ain't doing.
I agree. So only the brave will survive.
There you go.
Break, thank you so much for coming.
You, bro.
So let's have some lunch.
Let's do it.
Thanks for watching.
Peace.